But see, when Ali Carter came back and, also addressed it.
All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. It's any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no.
Katt Williams is not letting up on Diddy, y'all, because he just came for him again right after his trial started, and he is now demanding for the police to find Ali Carter and bring her in as a witness. Right now, Cassie is the star witness of this trial, but Katt wants Ali to also be brought in since she knows so much and has receipts to prove it. But here's the thing though, as we speak, Ali is currently missing, and no one knows where she's prior to her sudden disappearance. She made some wild allegations against Diddy, and it went so viral that her house got raided by armed men who were hoping to unalive her, but fortunately she wasn't home, and neither were her family members. She even had to relocate to another state, but they still went after her and caught up with her Jaguar. Right has made it her mission to find Ali, but now Katt Williams is joining in as well, and people are beginning to pay more attention now. As I said just a few days prior to her disappearing, she went on live all frantic and scared to tell us that she was worried about her safety because both her and her family were being hunted down to be unalived, and the police were doing nothing to help. She said she was afraid they were going to take her out, and that if she turns out dead or missing, it was definitely them. It turns out armed men had been paid to come after her, and they literally broke into her house to ransack the whole place for potential evidence against the people they're working for. She actually went on live to show us a video of what her house looked like after the goons broke into it, and it looked really bad. Luckily for her, she wasn't home when they came, so they weren't able to attack her. However, they definitely left a mess for her to know they were there.
Pressured, attacked, stalked, and hunted down for your own information. You get re-victimized again by people who wanted to argue a back and forth this week like that mattered. Okay, you had Stu Peters and Timothy Charles Homestead going back and forth, and nobody has even bothered. Not that I give a damn, and not that I understand that you guys are gonna be that selfish, but nobody has bothered to apologize for all the hell that has happened. But you guys were arguing back and forth, and in that meantime, we lost our home. You don't believe me? Here you go. What once was a full house, we were still paying rent on our house. What we were doing this whole time was moving everything because our house is gone. Our house is gone. This is the price. This is the price of speaking out. What was our beautiful 3-bedroom acre home on 21225 Standing Rock Avenue, because everybody has the address, because organizations that were attached to Marx, Sawyer, and many other organizations decided to put out the address, my license plate to one of my cars, and many other of my... So here you go, you can have it, right? Because this is what happens when you speak out. This is what happens when you tell all the truth. This is what happens when you decided to stand up for the children, and when you understand that survivors don't just get to do a seminar, and when you understand that survivors don't just get to just be and then show up somewhere and talk and monetize everything that they're saying. When you realize that that is bull, then you will understand. Look at the tactics and pay attention. Pay attention. I'm still not asking you for a damn thing but to wake up. I'm not asking you for a damn thing but just to get outside. I don't give a damn about money, numbers on my platforms. You can have all of it. You took everything. The only thing that I give a about right now is the fact that there is a baby in the way. There's babies in the way. There are people that I love that I can't get out of the way. What am I supposed to do when the people in the authority that you're supposed to go to, you can't go to them? We lost our home.
What makes the whole thing even shadier is that she disappeared just days before Diddy's trial started. It's as if someone is trying to silence her and keep her out of reach till the trial is over because she knows too much and she might complicate things for them. In fact, contrary to what most of y'all think, Diddy isn't the only one she has been exposing. There are several celebrities who also hate the fact that she's been running her mouth on social media because she has tea on them too, and she hasn't held back from spilling any of it. For example, she went off on Akon not too long ago before her disappearance when she accused him of saying her friend. She said she attended a party with her friend after getting invited by Akon and his friend from Dubai, but when they got there, Akon and his Dubai friend had some other plans for them, and it didn't include partying. She said they spiked their drinks when they were distracted, and once the substance started to take effect, Akon's friend took advantage of her friend being unconscious and ate her multiple times through the night, including pushing his fist down her friend's private parts. As if all that wasn't crazy enough, Ally also incriminated herself when she said even after seeing Akon and his friend violate her friend, she still went on to consensually sleep with Akon the same night while his friend was still saying her friend in the other room. People immediately believed Ally because not only did she expose Akon and his friend, but she actually exposed herself too for allowing it to happen when she could have stopped it.
These houses, really nice houses. Before we were told to go to a room, we were in the living room and I was sitting with Akon and my friend was sitting with his friend who was from Dubai. They still didn't do a test or do a sample that they could do. So his friend fisted my friend anally. He beat her. She fought him and it made things worse. You're not allowed to help. You're not allowed to, you're not allowed to flinch. You're not allowed to get angry. So I didn't help her. And I'm really sorry. And she got hurt. She bled a lot. And she got really sick. And I didn't get to see her anymore after that. So I didn't cry. I didn't get mad with Akon. I didn't get mad at all. I wasn't yelling. I wasn't asking him to let me go. I didn't get mad at him. I did what he said. I did it. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't brutal. It wasn't bad. It wasn't beaten, hurt me.
In another one of her videos, she also revealed that Tupac was her real father and that she was separated from her mom at birth. She even went on to allege that Tupac was alive and that his family has been actively ignoring all her attempts to reach out to them, especially ever since she's been talking on social media.
Tupac, you won't be able to hide from the public if I do, okay? Anybody that was in my biological family as surrogates, they know damn well what I'm talking about. All of y'all know what I'm talking about. And if something happens to this woman right here, that's the only person that I will ever consider. She is my mother. I know nothing else. So if somebody touch my mama, it won't be a Sandra Bland situation. You guys will be seeing us on t-shirts. And I'm down with that because we know where we're going. But if insurance releases insurance, you release everything. And I mean everything. If a song comes on, I'm cleaning out my closet. Everybody knows what that means. So I want to tell you now, I know a lot of shit that I should not know. I haven't even got to the facilities. I haven't even got to things where things are buried. Why do I know cases that were in San Bernardino in 2005 when I was a child? I know a lot of shit that I haven't put off yet because every time I do, you guys see what kind of hell that we get. So like I said, Tupac, you know what I'm talking about, and you won't even be able to hide from your own family. Try me.
Now, going back to Diddy, he's the main reason Ally even started exposing the industry in the first place, and she hasn't let her foot off his neck. Since she started talking, she accused Diddy and his associates of kidnapping kids and making them have inappropriate encounters with horses and dogs. While they record on camera, she said these poor kids were locked in metal chains while satanic rituals were performed on them. Ally didn't specify where exactly these rituals were happening, but she said she saw all these things herself while working in the industry, and most of these kids didn't make it out alive.
But right now, I think a lot of people are not ready for someone to tell you that there are 3-4-year-olds that people take pride in sticking bars of children. I don't think people are going to be able to stomach the fact that people tie 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old children to horse stables and have horses and dogs with them, and then they get off on that. I don't think people are going to be able to stomach the fact that people hang children upside down in satanic ritual meetings, and they literally hang them, literally by metal prongs. They hang them to get blood dripping out of them, and people go up under and like you're under a rainfall to take their blood. There are situations that I don't think people are ready for. We're not touching the seriousness of yet, guys. Like, the videos that I've made, the videos that I've started to make, this is not even touching. This is the gist of it, and I think so many people are quick to raise a sign and say adrenochrome, but you don't know what it means, and you don't know why it's such a thing, why it's such a strong thing, and how what makes it so strong. What, you know that they're drinking children's, but you don't know what they're doing to those children to make their strong enough to cause something to flip your system in order to keep you in the fountain of youth. No one believes that because it sounds like an unreal horror Disney movie that someone wrote. You know what I'm saying? It kind of is.
And if you thought all that was crazy, wait till you hear the other crazy things that Ally has had to say. According to Ally, Diddy used little boys and girls in his freak-offs by making them strip naked while his associates took turns doing all kinds of depraved things to them. But here's where it gets even more disturbing. Some of the boys who they found attractive were starved for days prior to the freak-offs, so they wouldn't end up douching while their back holes were getting poked by these grown men. But here's the thing though, y'all, some of his associates allegedly actually had a douche fetish, so they would also sometimes overfeed these boys, so they end up douching during the freak-off, and as if that wasn't bad enough, they would make these boys lay in their poop and record it.
Watching an episode called Pig Night, when I went, they tried to feed us, and I remember it because when
Pig
you
night.
have to do
Say what?
orders, jobs like that, you don't eat. You're not allowed to eat. You actually have to like starve yourself, because when you have to do those type of jobs, you can't eat because you will throw up.
Really?
If you're doing, or if you are a guy doing it, you will shit everywhere.
Oh boy.
When this happens, your parents will get mad at you. Really mad at you. And if that is a fetish for someone, they use that to their advantage. So if you throw up on someone, you will have to eat it. If you shit on someone, you will have to lay in it. There are celebrities that are a constant visit. And when they're a constant visit,
Child, that was a lot to process now. When Ally disappeared, Jaguar was one of the first people to advocate for her to be found. And she even went off on us for ignoring Ally when she tried to warn us about what was going on in the industry.
Carter came back and, also addressed it. I did my best to put on a good face. I tried to say all the right things. I tried not to compromise everybody. I tried. And guess what?
At what moment did it not work? Like, were you like, man? Fuck.
Sitting with my son's corpse. For what? was the question that loomed about my mind. For what?
Jack, can I ask you, when we see you working with the Roots, you got a Coca-Cola commercial, your album's coming out, you're on Songcry with Jay-Z for the MTV Unplugged.
I was on the whole show.
Yeah, at what point?
Thank God, Mary sucks.
Where did the train stop? Like, at what moment did you feel like either you removed yourself or
the
you were
second that I decided I had to walk away, because I knew if I stayed, I was gonna either be unalived or have to unalive. I sat on Piers Morgan and I said, he's gonna start little fires everywhere and force everyone else to carry water while he walks away with no response. Isn't that what we've seen happen ever since I did Piers Morgan?
People believe that the reason Jaguar is so protective of truth tellers like Ally is because she knows what it's like to be silenced by the industry. When you have so much to say, if y'all remember, Jaguar was arrested right after appearing on Piers Morgan because she was late on returning a U-Haul truck that she rented. Now, I don't know about y'all, but who do you know that got arrested for this? They were trying to give Jaguar a sign that they could get her out of here if they wanted to, but baby, that didn't stop her from continuing to spill the tea.
Every time I've been arrested for something that I didn't do, and yet nobody said, but did he get arrested finally and get the book ready to be thrown at his very, very, very dancing feet? Y'all watch me get arrested there just Virginia bringing G Steel to die.
Jaguar specifically recalled the time when several armed men broke into Katt's house while he was sleeping to unalive him. It's still uncertain how exactly Katt escaped that situation, but according to Jaguar, Katt was so scared and traumatized that he used to wear Kevlar to sleep at night. Now, for those of y'all who don't know what Kevlar is, it's a form of bulletproof vest. Can y'all imagine how scared someone has to be for them to wear a whole bulletproof vest to sleep every single night? That's insane. Apart from him having to look over his shoulder, 247, that will almost take a massive toll on his mental health.
And I'll never forget the day when they breached the house. And I left. You know, back in that moment, Katt was still wearing Kevlar to bed. I would get in bed with him at night and he would have Kevlar on in bed.
And even though Katt hasn't interacted much with Ally, it turns out he has been hearing of her and he wants her to be found because she has some serious information that could really help the prosecutors put Diddy away for good. That's the whole reason why they've taken her. If the receipts she had weren't that serious, they wouldn't go out of their way to silence her right before the trial started. As usual, people had their own thoughts, like this person who said Ally should have let it all out anyway, and not hold back. If she knew her time could be up at any time, may you be safe and God is protecting you. Amen. Another person said, this girl must be incredibly strong in order to do this. I cannot even fathom what it would take to walk away and move through all the traumas of this and still fight to help others. I feel that I want to do something, but I don't know what or how. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think of Ally getting kidnapped about revealing the industry rituals? And do y'all think they took her to stop her from talking? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.